What's up guys, Hobbo88 here and welcome back to rFactor. We've got some more Dirtworks design sprints for you today. We've had a few requests. Hockdizzle PSN asked, since today is the National Open at Williams Grove, how about some 410 sprint cars? And TY Gaming 66 also says run the sprint cars at Williams Grove Speedway. So obviously with the big racing on there last weekend, a bit of interest in the sprints at Williams Grove, so we'll give them a run. You can see in front of me here, Donny Schatz' number 15 Armour All car. There are a couple of different skins for Donny Schatz. There's his bad boy buggies, one that he runs more recently, as well as the truck wash one here. But we're going to run this Armour All livery because I think it looks grouse. Love the bright colours. So let's go ahead with that. I'll quickly show you guys while I'm here as well. Some of the upgrades, how this works. I don't think I've pointed these really out before. So you can select your class package, so you can see the 410, 360 and 305 sprint packages, which are also under engine. And then you can change a whole heap of different stuff, your shock brand, calipers, rock guard, installed or not installed, the rear axle, and then the front and rear wheels, which I always run the black DMI Hoosier wheels because they look awesome. I love the black wheels on race cars. And that's all you have for the sprint cars, but depending on the mod, there's a heap of different options, especially in like the modifieds and things like that. You can change all the bodywork options and all sorts of stuff. So I just thought I'd quickly show you guys that because I don't think I've pointed that out before. So we're going to have a run here at Williams Grove. But before we do that, what I want to show you guys is some of the settings, because people ask about these all the time. As for your difficulty settings, always run everything off except for invulnerability, and we always check that once we load the session anyway. The rates, so people ask me about my wheel settings almost every video. This is what I have in rFactor. These are my rFactor settings, in-game settings, and this never change. I never change these. This is just what I have all the time, regardless of the mod. So take a look at what I've got. This is for my Logitech G27. Which, like I said, I don't know if these are actually default to when I got the game or if I've changed them since, but I never change them anymore. I'm happy with what these are at the minute. And someone also asked about the look ahead option. So the camera when driving looks left and right depending on which way the wheels are turned, and that's this option here, look ahead. I've got it set to 70%, and that will move the camera. So I've got that set simply because I've only got single monitor, and I like to be able to see a little bit further around on the right hand side when I'm turned in the corners. With opposite lock, the camera will look whichever way I'm turning, and if I'm turned to the right, I get to look a little bit more out the right hand side. So that's all. That's why I have that set. But 70%, and that's what I run it at. And I will quickly show you guys while we're here my Logitech Profiler. Everything in here is default. The only thing that changes is the degrees of rotation. For open wheel cars, so like sprint cars, wingless sprints, midgets, things like that, I'll run around about 360 degrees of rotation. For the closed cockpit cars, so your street stocks and modifieds, things like that, I'll run them up higher, more like 460 degrees of rotation. But that's the only thing that changes in here from mod to mod. So I think that covers everything that people ask about most commonly, so I hope that helps some of you out. So let's go ahead and we're going to have a race, Williams Grove. What have we got? 17 AI, 25 laps in the afternoon. Now, I've noticed that with the sprints for Dirtworks Designs, I'm not sure if it's for all tracks, but the last couple of times I've tried to run them, I've had real trouble with the AI being far too strong. I loaded this up to do a few test laps before, and it was at 80%, and I got smashed. So I've got it all the way down at the minimum, which is 70%, and we'll see if we can keep up. But I don't even know if we will. All right, that's all good. Let's race. Let's go. We'll load up the car and do a practice lap or two first, just to make sure everything's working, and then we'll get stuck into the race. So, before we jump in, we'll just quickly go back into the settings and check that all these are off except for the invulnerability. If we go to the garage, we will need to adjust our gearing, so up here somewhere, and the steering lock. People ask me to share setups. Almost every video someone asks me about sharing setups and what I do to set up the car. This is all default. This is the Dirtworks Design Williams Grove 2015 setup, the one that loads by default. I haven't changed anything. It's all as standard. The only thing I've changed is the gearing bias. So I can't help with setups. I don't know how to set these cars up very well, so I don't bother even trying. And because I just jump in for fun, I don't need to worry about it. I don't race competitively. So yeah, I just run the default setups. It's the same for everything in rFactor. So just for your knowledge. Alright, so all looks good. Let's go out and do a couple of laps. It'd be nice if we had to push start the cars in Sprintcars in rFactor, but we don't, so here's what it is. The old clutch. Sounds like a car coming. There he is. Let's see if we can keep up. Haven't hit the limiter, so that's a good sign. Looks like we're just about able to keep up. Only just. Only just. Alright, I'm happy with that. Looking at the lap times, we're only just behind. Let's take a quick look at this car on this track. The only problem with the sprint cars for Williams Grove is there's just not quite enough of an aggressive body roll in the car coming down the straights. You should be seeing that right front wheel way up off the ground driving down the straights, but that's okay. It's as good as we're going to get. It's pretty close. Can't complain too much. And how good do the black wheels look? So good. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's go to the race. We're not going to qualify. We'll start at the back. 25 laps from the rear as always. Quickly do something. There we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Alright. Let's hope we can stick with them. Maybe even pass one or two. I do not expect to make it to the front, but maybe we can grab half a dozen cars across the 25 laps. Got Danny Lazowski in front of us in the number 2 muddy black and orange car.
Go, 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 go.
Did a nice run off the top. Contact. Because of the lines that the AI take around a track like this, it'll be a little bit difficult to get past. Almost looped it down there. Oh, we started smoking. Now people have been asking me about this. Why does it smoke after about 2 laps? I don't know. I find it just as frustrating because I've got invulnerability turned on, mechanical failures and stuff like that turned off. It doesn't seem to affect the car, it's just annoying. But I know that the guys at Dirtworks Designs watch these videos, so if you guys can get in touch and let me know so I can pass on the answer, that would be great. But I do find it frustrating. Nearly around again. This car is pretty hard to drive here. Now we've dropped back. It'll take me another 5 laps to catch back up, no doubt. And look, I could be doing something wrong. I might just not be very good at driving this car. And those guys are set to the lowest difficulty and I can barely keep up, so I apologise if the racing's not that exciting, but I'm doing my best. Reset of the throttle. Turn 1 and 2 here, that's where it's the hardest for me. Can't really drive the car down into the turn as hard as it appears that you can in real life. It's good to get some practice in here because this is, along with Eldora, one of the 2 tracks that will be coming to iRacing hopefully around about the end of this year. So it's good to get a few laps in here. I'm sure that I'll be doing a hell of a lot of them once Dirt comes to iRacing. The only thing I'm worried about with that is the physics. So how the cars will handle in iRacing, because their engine is not renowned for being awesome with that sort of stuff. Cars sliding and things like that are not something that have historically gone well on iRacing, so I'm interested to see what they do with it, but we know it's going to look amazing. At the very least, it'll look fantastic. Not that this doesn't look good, I shouldn't say that as if this doesn't look good, because this does look pretty damn good, especially for a game that was first released in, what, 2006 or something? It is old technology, and the guys at Dirtworks Designs do a great job in making this look good. I'm struggling to keep up. It's too quick out of the corners for me. Sneak by another one. Certainly hasn't been a very Donny Shots-like drive, has it? But anyway, still excellent fun. Bit of a gaggle here in front of us. Get a good run onto the main straight. Try the pole line. A little bit of a touch when we get up the inside. Oh. Another good run. Should clear him. Oh, he hangs it on the inside. Nice drive. It's good effort there by the 15 on the inside. I'm just realising now that I probably should have driven in a Pennsylvania posse driver's car this track, but anyway, too late for that. Just skipping away from me a little bit here. Try and get a good run off the corner. Must be running out of laps. That is the last lap as I say that. So that's it, 25 laps is already over. And I really didn't make much progress. I might have passed like 3 cars. But you know what? Still really good fun, and I can't wait for this track to come to iRacing. Although it's not really my bread and butter, I'm a big fan of the short tracks. Being an Australian, over here we really only have quarter-mile tracks, some maybe third mile. But our tracks are all very small here, which is why I like them. I'm a big fan of a lot of the Californian tracks because of the same thing. But at the same time, there's something grand and special about Williams Grove Speedway, and I can't wait to race it on iRacing. I think it'll be great. But that's all for this video. Thanks very much for the suggestion, guys, and I'm not sure what we'll be doing next, but that's it for this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.